Welcome to my fast news segment channel. You can view quick news in few minutes. Hers after the Supreme Court granted Kavita bail in a Delhi exercise policy case. BRS leader Kavita walked out of the Tihar jail her late evening on Tuesday to a rousing welcome by her party member and vowed to fight back to prove her innocence. A comparative Kavita, who spent 5 months in jail, alleged that she was arrested only for political reason and promised to return it with interest to those who had put her and her family through the ordeal. The 46-year-old leader Kavita was visibly emotional and she was reunited with husband, children, and her brother and BRS working president KT Ramarao. 40 families gathered at Mahatma Jyotiba Phule Praja Bhavan in Hyderabad on August 27 demanding the allocation of 2 BHK flats that were promised to them by the government. This family, primarily from the scheduled caste community, have been living in rented house for 7 years after their home in Bakaram, Mushirabad were demolished. The family have lived in Bakaram since before independence and their homes were demolished in 2017. Reportedly, over the age of the structure, in 2016, officials including Mandal Revenue Officer Shailaja and Revenue Divisional Officer Chandrakala assured them that 40 flats would be sanctioned. However, while the government initially constructed 3 floors, which were insufficient, but they later built an additional 2 floors. These families are now urging the government to take swift action to provide them with the home they were promised. BJP and members of various right-wing organizations took out a rally at ED Bazaar to protest against the desecration of a temple located at Rakshapuram in the old city area that happened early in the day. The protesters walked through the Muslim-dominated lanes and attempted to lay siege to the office of Right Satnagar AIMIM cooperator Salim Beg. They alleged that the AIMIM cooperator was involved in the act. The protest was finally called off in the evening after police assured to take stringent action against all these involved. In response to the surge in street food vendor across Telangana, the Food Safety Department is working to regulate and bring them under the Food Safety and Standard Act 2006. This includes mandatory registration and basic training on food handling and hygiene. Recently, food safety training and certification section were held in Sangareddy district from August 21st to August 24th, sponsored by Nestle India and organized by NASVI. This section trained 400 food vendors. Chief Minister A. Revant Reddy on Tuesday, August 27 held a meeting over the relocation of the Osmania General Hospital to Gosha Mahal and stressed the need to construct the new hospital with a futuristic approach for the next 50 years, addressing a smart, proactive, efficient and effective delivery. Review meeting, Reddy said that alternative location will be chosen for the Gosha Mahal City Police Academy. Reddy further said that the land transfer for the construction of the hospital should happen at the earliest. The architecture were asked to ensure that no problem arises in the future. Additionally, road connectivity should be planned to avoid traffic issues. Telangana Chief Minister Revant Reddy and BRS Working President KT Ramarao have locked horns over the demolition of illegal structure of enclosed land by Hyderabad Disaster Response and Asset Monitoring and Protection Agency, a unified body formed a month back by Revant government with an allocated budget of Rs 200 crore to streamline urban development and end water lodging in the city during rain. Structure allegedly built illegal by politician, film star and businessman have been bulldozed by Revant Reddy government, an issue that gotten a mixed reaction to what some say is an undemocratic style of bulldozing properties. Owners of some who have taken stay order from court were also victimized, are sore and unhappy with the government action. I will consult expert from all India Institute of Medical Science on the DNA and forensics report related to the alleged rape and murder of a trainee doctor at Archikar Medical College. Officials said on August 27 to build a watertight case. The CBI will send the report to AIIMS to seek their opinion on the case. They said the report will also help the agency to ascertain if Sanjay Rao was the only accused who committed the crime or if there were other involved. They said so far the agency is working on the deal that Rao was the only accused in the crime, but the involvement of others will only be ruled out after receiving the opinion of AIIMS expert, the official said. BRS MLA Harish Rao on August 27th attacked the Telangana government for lack of medicine in hospital. Rao alleges that the MGM hospital in Warangal is facing issues under the Congress government, adding that most people are focused to visit a private hospital and shell out the money to purchase medicine. Why is the government not paying attention to the situation? Since not only MGM hospital but also all government hospitals are full of medicine, Rao asked. Health Minister Harish Rao suggested that the government would buy medicine worth at least 3 months. He speculated that the government was not storing medicine at government hospital as it want the private hospital to make a profit. Social activities. Dr. Lubna Sarwat has raised several counter questions in response to AIM Chief Asaduddin Owaisi allegations regarding the CSIR Center for Cellular and Molecular Biological Office at his location on the full tank level area of Himayat Sagar, as well as his concern about other encroachment in Hyderabad. Dr. Sarwat criticized Owaisi for not taking significant action to protect the lake in Hyderabad. She pointed out that his main focus has been on Waqf properties, given his long-standing involvement with the Waqf board. She challenged Owaisi to demand the demolition of illegal structure on encroached Waqf land, similar to how he called for the demolition of the Necklace Road by Hyderabad Disaster Response and Asset Monitoring and Protection due to its location in the FTL zone. The Hyderabad City Security Council on August 27 launched a workshop to address sexual harassment in workplace and community. The inaugural section focuses on educating internal community members from various organizations about the Prevention of Sexual Harassment Act 2013. The primary objective of this program is to bridge the knowledge gap surrounding the act and empowerment organization to implement it effectively. The program was inaugurated at Federation of Telangana Chamber Commerce and Industry. The POSH Act, which mandates the formation of internal committees in all organizations, is crucial for ensuring a safe and secure environment for employees, particularly women. Majlis Bachao Tehreek spokesperson Amjad Ullah Khan has alleged that Bajrang Dal men thrashed girl for offering namaz in a school in Telangana. In a letter to the Chief Minister of Telangana, Ravindra Reddy, he claimed that Bajrang Dal members entered Chanakya High School in Vanaparthi and detained and isolated some Muslim girls who were offering namaz with permission from the school authority. He further stated that although the incident took place on August 23rd, no FIR has been registered so far. In a letter he wrote, I requested you to kindly ask the Superintendent of Police Vanaparthi District to thoroughly investigate this case and arrest all Bajrang Dal culprits involved in the above incident immediately. Former staff of Telangana State Road Transport Corporation who were fired for allegedly not performing their duty will have appealed to the government to reinstate them. They were removed from service for various reasons, including negligent driving, appearing to work in a drunk state, and talking on the phone while driving. To name a few, they have been running from pillar to post for the last 8 months to get their job back. According to them, the allegations leveled are untrue. Many times, over vehicles were found driving in the wrong route, thus leading to an accident. However, the blame landed on the RTC driver over allegation of driving when on a call. They stated that often conductors were not around, so it becomes the duty of the driver to collect ticket as well as the driver drive the bus. BJP leader Madhavi Lata protested after a man from a particular community entered and ransacked a religious place in Rakshapuram, Santosh Nagar. Following the incident, tension prevailed in the area on Monday night. Two Hyderabad police arrived at the scene as soon as they received information about the incident. The motivation behind the incident remained unclear. The man's family claimed that he is suffering from mental health issue. They also mentioned that the man is undergoing treatment at the Institute of Mental Health, Ragada in Hyderabad. Just announced unified pension scheme for central government employee will be available only for those who are currently subscriber of the new pension scheme, including retirees. The new scheme guarantee employees 50% of its average basic pay over the last 12 months before retirement as a pension for a minimum qualified service of 25 years against a market return linked payout under the NPS. According to the scheme approved by the Union Cabinet, the pension will be proportionate for a lesser service period of up to minimum of 10 years. Also, an assured pension of rupees 10,000 per month on superannuation after a minimum of 10 years of service. Telangana State Waqf Board has become the first Waqf Board in the country to formally reject the Waqf Amendment Bill 2024, recently introduced by the central government. During a crucial meeting held on Monday, the board discussed the potential implications of the proposed legislation. The member expressed deep concern, arguing that the Waqf Amendment Bill, if enacted, could significantly undermine the autonomy and functioning of Waqf institutions across the state. The bill has sparked widespread controversy nationwide, with the Telangana State Waqf Board labeling unconditional and determining to the interest of Waqf property and the beneficiary. Hyderabad MP Asaduddin Owaisi, a vocal criticist of the bill, praised Telangana Chief Minister Revant Reddy for standing with the Waqf Board. Owaisi highlighted the importance of protecting Waqf institutions for any legislation that could threaten their independence. Scores of lower rung employees working in the Vemlavada Raja Rajeshwara Swami temple were transferred internally 3 days after the Anti-Corruption Bureau sleuths found several irregularities in record keeping. 9 senior assistants, 2 junior assistants, 5 record assistants, another employee were transferred by Vinod Reddy, the temple executive officer, on Tuesday. ACP found irregularities in record on procurement of ghee, cashew nuts, and oil. They were also found that the temple officials were collecting money from the devotees who come to offer their prayers. They have also found the devotees who offer their hair to the presiding deity were being asked to pay anywhere between 50 to rupees 100, which they found was a violation of the endowment rule. Telangana State Irrigation Department officer inspected the boundary and surrounding of the famous Janwada farmhouse, which is allegedly owned by former State IT Minister and BRS Working Committee Chairman K.T. Ramarao. The inspection raised speculation of a recent demolition drive by the Hyderabad Disaster Response and Asset Monitoring and Protection Agency, reaching the structure, which over the year has been a hotspot in the state power play. The Janwada farmhouse was the center point of Telangana state politics in 2020. Chief Minister and the then Malkajgiri MP Revant Reddy accused KTR owned the farmhouse through proxy ownership and the property of the illegal construction and lake encroachment. Forum for Good Governance here has suggested that the Congress-run Telangana government to expand the scope of Hyderabad Disaster Response and Asset Monitoring and Protection Agency and create a similar body for the entire state, FFGG, which has been advocating against maleficency and corruption now from year made the suggestion, keeping in mind victims, especially the poor and in the middle class people. In a letter addressed to the Chief Minister Revant Reddy, the Forum for Good Governance suggested that the government to create the Telangana Disaster Response and Asset Protection Agency via an act to give legal status to the agency, seeking the good work being done by Hydra. There are a lot of demands from district for similar agency, especially from Varangal, which is the worst suffered due to encroachment in tanks and nalas, said FFGG General Secretary Padmanabha Reddy. Mr. A. Revant Reddy on Monday said that the Telangana state government will soon fulfill 35,000 more vacancy across various departments. Speaking at an event, Chief Minister highlighted the government commitment to job creation. He mentioned that notification for this position have already been issued. Chief Minister also outlined the government plan to appoint Vice Chancellor, Professor and Assistant and Associate Professor in all state universities within the next 15 days. Chief Minister A. Revant Reddy on Tuesday announced that launch of the Praja Palana program, which will run for 10 days starting from September 17th across the state, mainly to issue new ration card and health card to the all eligible residency. This marks a significant shift in the state policy of delinking ration card with health card, with the ration card and health card now being issued separately, a move aimed at improving the efficiency and accessibility of these essential services. During a review meeting held at the Secretariat on Tuesday, Chief Minister says the importance of collecting accurate data from every family during the 10 DS program and instructed official to ensure the Prajapalanam program is effectively organized in all villages and wards across the state. A special focus should be given to the procedure required for issuing health card, including conducting medical tests to record the health profile and residential and establishing health checkup camp in the rural area with support from local laboratories. Revant Reddy said in a bid to enhance the efficiency of the health card system, the Chief Minister highlighted the need to study France's policy on digital health card. If you are herbal supplements like green tea containing ashwagandha and turmeric extract, thinking they are boosting your immunity, you may be damaging your liver. A new US study published in JAMA by the University of Michigan has found that an estimated 15.6 million adults or 5% took at least one herbal supplement in the 30 days before being tested that was hepatitis unsafe for the liver. As vegetable price continues to skyrocket in the rest of the country, residents of Telangana Peddapalli town got them for free on Tuesday. Retailer in the town distributed free vegetables to consumer amidst an escalating dispute with the wholesaler. A video showed after learning about the free vegetable distribution campaign organized by local vendor, many town residents hurried to the market to collect the complimentary produce. The market quickly filled with people and many were seen returning home with a bag brimming with vegetables. A dispute between retailer and wholesaler in Telangana Peddapalli turned out to be rejoice for customer after angry vendors started distributing vegetables for free. The Himachal Pradesh Legislative Assembly on August 27 passed a bill to raise the minimum age for marriage for women from 18 to 21 years. The Himachal Pradesh has sought to raise the minimum age of marriage for women to 21 with a view to ensure gender equality and taking into account the fact that early marriage acts as a hindrance of women's progress in professional career and physical development. Watch the channel, press the bell icon to get latest notification of news. Like, share and subscribe my channel.